her body away from me. I can walk like this, absolutely relaxed. She's starting to turn into me. She's starting to fuss. I just block and I turn away. She's walking forward and I'm going back. She's less risk it falls. There you go. Good, cool. Let's go this way. Come on. Now, here's what else I want you to see with this. Here we are in this position. Hand under hand. This one's good, this one's not. You were good. Stay right there. Go right here. There you go. Then there. There you go. Now you got it. Now are you the helper?
I'm the caregiver.
You're demented. Switch under. There you go. Okay, now, everybody sit. Let me show you something. Oops, excuse me. There you go. Let me show you something. Late in the disease, we have folks who have a hard time sitting down. Why do they have a hard time sitting down? Because of how you've tried to sit them down, and because sitting down is blind. They're sitting blind. They don't see where they're going, because sitting down means I'm moving backward. And what did I tell you about their awareness back there? Not as good. And I have monocular vision. You try to sit me down like you normally do. Okay, here I am. I'm walking around. Just try to sit me down like you would normally try to sit me down. And we go down, 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 down. And we go down, 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 down. Go, go, go. Hey, baby. Yeah, hey, hey.
Tifa, hello.
Hey,
hi.
Hey.
Good. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Now see how she's already learned some good skills. She's already got some, she's really coming along. There you go. Now she's going to walk with me a little bit because she wants me back there. But if she tries to back me up, go ahead and try it. You already know. I know. And yet I watch caregivers know and go right ahead and do it anyway. Go ahead and do what you're going to do. Because here's the toilet. Go ahead.
I'm afraid.
As well you should be, yes. Now remember, I don't actually have dementia. I won't actually hurt you. You know that. But it is an emotional pain. It's fear because you know it could happen. And guess what? You start tensing up. And you start acting like it's going to happen. Yeah. And sure enough, I'll follow up on the cues. Now you stand here long enough, I've already peed all over the floor, so now you're going to have to deal with that. But go ahead and do what comes naturally. Do what you normally would think about doing. I can tell you what everybody's going to do. You try to push or pull them back. I mean, you try to pull back on their body to get them to sit down. I watch you do it time after time. You will shift them back. And what you don't realize, because of the changes in the sensory motor system, they can't do what you or I do with our feet. When somebody shifts us back, go ahead and shift me back. What I'll do is I'll automatically do a sit. They can't do that. They freak because their brain goes, oh my God, you're going to fall. And what happened to her? This is where you get your back injuries, your shoulder injuries. This is where you get hurt because I jerk you sideways off your base of support, and then you end up twisting or turning or hurting something in your back because you freak me out and I panic or I swing across. Because realize in this moment now, I think you're trying to hurt me. I think you're, and people will say, don't push me down, don't push me down, don't push me down. And then I start grabbing. And when I grab, it worries you or scares you, and then you start grabbing, and now we're all out of control. So here's what you're going to do. First of all, if we're moving around and you haven't got me lined up, you need to just walk in a circle. Realize you have control. And what you want to do is bring me in. You're going to bring me in like an airliner. You're going to bring me in so that I line up along the side of the toilet or the chair, and so it's just a quarter turn. What you don't want to do is bring me in like this and expect me to turn around. Because what's going to happen is when I turn around, I leave. There ain't anything there. Because as soon as I loose it, it's gone. I mean, when I can't see it, it's gone. When you do this, here's what you have to watch out for. You have to be ready for the sit. Because when I see that chair and I'm tired, I want to sit. But what you don't want me to do is sit right now. And so use your body. There you go. Turn. Say the word turn. 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 Now the turn comes through my arm, not through you pulling and twisting on my body. Turn the arm out and the body will follow. The arm is the rudder. It guides the ship. You turn my arm, it doesn't freak me out. You try to turn my hips. I'm going to have you try this with the other. What I want you to do is try it so you can feel the difference between trying to turn somebody's hips when their feet aren't turning, because they don't know what you're trying to do. They don't get this business. You get it. They don't get it. They're standing there and you're trying to twist their hips and they're going, whoa, 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 grab, 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 grab. Freak. And what happens if somebody gets hurt? You. Okay? So what you want to do is turn my arm. And as you turn my arm, my feet will turn around. Now, here's what you have to understand. In order to sit down, the first step in sitting down is leaning forward. You need me to lean forward. When I lean forward, my butt goes out. Here's what I'll hear you say time and time again. Reach back for the chair. And I reach back, and it knocks me off balance, and I smack you because you're trying to hurt me. What you want to say is, Teepa, lean forward, and you take this hand and you drop it down. Now, for the first time, oh my God, there's a chair. Oh, thank God, I've been so tired. But what you do is you try to get me to sit down like this. And I don't know, no, quit, what are you doing? And then as soon as you get me down, I bounce right back up. No, 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 go on, 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 you get out. Bitch. Now, we're going to come back to this in a second. You can go sit down for a second. We'll bring you back. Okay, now, we did 3 parts of the body. We haven't done the last. What was the first part really sensitive? Mouth. What was the second part? Palms of the hands and the fingertips. What was the third? Soles of the feet and the toes. And here's the last one, genitalia. Oh, yeah, from about here forward. Oh, yeah. Lots of sensation. Here's the bad news. Uh-oh, we're almost out of time. That's one of the bad news. Genitalia, hypersensitive. Okay, now, what I want you to do, I don't want you to actually do it, but I want, because I'm pretty sure British Columbia is not going to be happy with really doing this. Suzanne, come sit up here. Now, I want you to notice how every one of you is going, I'm not doing that. Pretty instinctive, isn't it? Yeah, come on up here. Yeah. Unless you're going, I'm so glad they picked her. Okay? Here's what I want you to realize. We're pretty much hardwired to protect this. Okay? So what I'm... So go ahead and spread your legs apart. Okay, now close your eyes. Okay, now, you're asleep in the bed, and I'm your caregiver. And I don't really want to wake you up, but I've got to find out if your brief is wet or if the incontinence stuff is wet. If you've been incontinent, so I know I need to change it because I don't want your skin to break down. So the lights are off. It's dark. You're in your bed. How's that going for you? Not well. Not well. And this is where, in our effort to be good, we cause trouble, because if you were in your bed at night, if you were the one with dementia, go ahead and close your eyes. Spread your legs apart a little bit. Get relaxed. And then, caregiver, slide your fingers from their knees up toward. And I want you to whisper and say, I'm just going to check and see. All right? Now, if you're in a care facility, let's say you're living in a care facility and you hear down the hall in the next room down, oh, no, no, please, ow, oh, please don't do that. Oh, ow, oh, you're hurting me. Oh, God, no, no. And then in 2 seconds you hear, and now, and because I'm scared of her, come on, it's going to take 2 of us. Now, what is your reaction as soon as I said it's going to take 2 of us? She's going to fight for her life. She's going to be biting and scratching and pinching, and she's going to do everything she can because she thinks we're there to hurt her. On the other hand, if we come into the room, go ahead and close your eyes. Now notice, this is going to take a while to overcome because people have done stuff for a while. We don't come in tabula rasa. We don't come in with a blank slate. People have a history. I'm going to also tell you with bathing issues and toileting issues, frequently people who fight a lot have a history. And one of the histories is physical abuse or sexual abuse. And a lot of the elders we're now working with don't talk about those things. They never reported those things. Nobody ever knew those things because back when they were young, if you were raped, it's because you did something. If you were sexually abused, we didn't talk about that. That's not okay. That was just what it was. And so what happens, people come into this with a history we don't know. We don't know what their history is. And if they lose their words, they can't tell us what their history is. And we don't know. So we need to treat each person as though there could be a history there. And I certainly don't want to stir that up. So what's going to happen? No response to the knock. She's still asleep. Suzanne. Suzanne. Hey, it's Teepa. Hey. Yeah, you were sleeping. Yeah, getting some shut-eye, huh? I'm just going to check. I want you to see, do you need to go to the bathroom? Let's check. I want you to check. Notice, it's my hand with her hand. Let's see. Are you wet? Ooh, little bit. Okay, tell you what, I'm going to help you get cleaned up a little bit, okay? First, turn the temperature in the room up. Why? Because if I pull these covers off and she's been nice and warm and comfortable, is she going to cooperate with me? No, why should she? She was nice and comfortable and I've made her uncomfortable. What I want to do is go get a towel or an extra blanket and lay it over her upper body as we're doing things so that she stays nice and warm. If she stays nice and warm, she's going to be a lot more comfortable. If I'm going to be here for long, I'm going to start making sure I have a chair or a stool at bedside, because what I don't want to do is lean in to her intimate space. I want to respect that intimate space. Now, what is intimate space? Intimate space is what your arms can reach. Do this with your arms. Oh, I want y'all to notice something. You're in each other's intimate space. You're not liking it a whole lot. The reason you've been able to tolerate it all afternoon, you've been watching me. But I'm also going to tell you, some of you stole space. You got your elbows out there. Some of you are sitting like this. Some of you took the end seats because you get more space. Some of you are spending a lot of time doing this. Some of you are hoping that people will not notice and you put stuff in the chair next to you so no one would sit there. Okay? Human beings have a variety of ways to try to defend their intimate space. What happens when people have dementia is we invade their intimate space with great regularity. Not only do we put our hands in there, we put our faces in there. Never stick your face in somebody's intimate space unless you want to get hit or kissed. Because when we're intimate, we're intimate. And if somebody doesn't like you in their intimate space, they're going to do something to you. And if they do like you, you're going to get more than you bargained for. Okay? Here's my rule about being in intimate space. If I'm going to be in intimate space, what I want to make sure of is that her hand is always part of the action. Because if her hand is with my hand, she will let me know whether what I am doing is okay with her without hurting me. Because she can let me know, okay, that wasn't okay. I want you to wipe right here. There you go, you got it. Good. Now, hand under hand. We're going to have to hurry because we're just about out of time here. To the side of the person. Remember when I had you have the person with their eyes closed? And you did this, and you did this, and you did this, and they didn't like that? I want you to change things a little bit. I want you, first of all, to have hand under hand. So try that. Get hand under hand. Now, the person, right to right or left to left. You have to use right to right or left to left. Now, what I want you to do is get them to look at you. Now, what I'm going to have you do is signal with visual cues on you what you're going to do. So, Suzanne. So I signal on me and then gesture to her. Right there. Okay. Good. And in the early to mid stages, they can actually pick up on the cue and do it themselves. They don't need us to physically do it. What they needed us to do is help them realize something needed to be done. How many of you have ever gone to the bathroom and come out forgetting to zip your zipper up? How many of you have had it happen? Okay. Bruce, stand back up. Okay, so here comes Bruce. He's coming out of the bathroom, and I'm a really good friend of his. And I noticed, here, let me get that for you. How many of you would be shocked and appalled if a real good friend of yours would come up to you as you came out of the bathroom and said, here, let me get that for you? Is that what you would expect from a really good friend? Now, what would you expect from a really good friend? Hey, Bruce, XYZ. Got it? Because the reason Bruce didn't zip his zippers wasn't because he didn't have the fine motor control to zip his zipper. It was because he lost track of zipping his zipper in amongst everything else he was doing. In other words, his frontal lobe was otherwise engaged. When people have dementia, what did I show you about their frontal lobe? It's damaged. It's horribly damaged. And with frontal lobe dementia, it's the first part gone. With Alzheimer's, it's early damage. But with Bruce, what I needed to do is not do this. Because just with visual cues alone, I'm telling Bruce, I'm going to go for your groin. Now, how many of you walk in going, oh, he's wet. Here, you're wet. Here, let's get, and what we do is we focus on what's wrong. Don't do it. You need to go in, hey, Bruce, how you doing, sir? Not bad, yeah. Not good either, huh? Yeah, that other caregiver was here a little bit earlier, wasn't she? Hate when she comes by. It makes life really hard. Listen, for something to drink? Come on, let's go get some. Oh, look at your glasses. I like those. Very nice. Come on this way. Let me show you what we're going to get. Yeah, there we go. Now, here's what I'm doing with Bruce. We're walking here, and what I'm going to do is put my hand on his shoulder here. Because what I want him to know is I want him to know where I'm at. But Bruce doesn't like people that close. Did y'all figure that out? I mean, Bruce is a pretty strong introvert. He's not an extrovert. He's not all about, oh, it's so good to see you. I like your beard. You look great. Oh, those are nice glasses. Boy, this is a good-looking outfit. Boy, I really do like that. That's not Bruce. Bruce is not about bothering people with touch and stuff. He's not invading anybody's space. He wants his own. So what I need to do, if he were the person I was working with, I need to pick up on the cues that he's a strong introvert. Space is really important to him. He doesn't like to be messed with. He doesn't like me running my mouth so much. He likes me respecting his space and giving him a little time and being a little quiet and letting him think about what's going on. Huh. He wants to be the one that decides, what are we going to do? What are we not going to do? And he really likes this, ooh, don't go over there. He likes this extra space. He likes me to be sort of about like this with him. Huh? That's a lot better for you.
Yeah.
Tell you what, we're going to go over here. Okay?
All right.
Yeah. Ooh, Bruce, hang on a second. Right there. Here you go. You do it. You got it. Perfect. Have a seat. Did I get him to zip his zipper? Was it a trauma and a drama? Does he need drugs? Not the kind you're thinking of.